Oh, oh, oh! Hello, YouTube. It's your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today we are looking at another Power Rangers Lightning Collection figure. It is the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Tenga Warrior, or Tengu Warrior, depending on your preference. This is the single-carded version, which was a really expensive figure for a while. He was costing like 40 bucks for a bit. I got him like on clearance at GameStop. And then I think he was inexpensive and then maybe went back up. I think he's been kind of roller coastering. But I haven't checked in a while because I have one and I don't need to check anymore. But yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. I love that Hasbro actually enjoyed making villain figures. You know, Bandai for a while seemed apprehensive to do so. But, you know, you gotta have something for the Rangers to fight, right? But yeah, he's a good figure. He has his problems, but he is good. The sculpt is really great. You can see, like, battle damage and stuff, like little scratches and whatnot on the armor. You know, big claws. Very cool. I like the wings. Everything's very nice. A lot of good detail on the feathers. And the paint is pretty good, but not perfect. I like all this kind of scuffing that's painted on the breastplates and stuff, but it's not on the back, which is kind of odd. It makes it feel like he's only ever taken hits from the front, and that feels a little weird. There's also this kind of green metallic shine on a lot of the feathers on the front, as you can see. But then you go to the back of the figure, and none of the feathers back here have that shine. They do on the wings, but not on him himself, which isn't great. Also, his talons, as you can see here on his fingers and feet, are just completely unpainted. Just entirely. But what is painted pretty well. I mean, like, I really like that color fade on the beak and stuff. The eyes are really nice. So, you know, it can be kind of hit or miss on him, really. But he is a cool figure. He's got a lot of great accessories, too. You see, these wings are actually detachable. These are the larger wings, and they also have smaller wings, you know, for more casual encounters, Craigslist or otherwise. So that's cool. Now, the interchangeable, like, feathers is not something you would have expected, but it is something that is welcome. He also has kind of, you know, an energy blast effect, which is neat. You can just put it on his hand or on the egg. Spoilers. But yeah, it's got like this kind of rainbowy shine to it, which doesn't show up on camera like at all. On the camera it just looks white, but there is kind of a rainbowy gloss on it, which is a very nice touch. And there's also a Tengu egg. You remember Rita was very happy to get her eggie. Pretty cool. And the lightning effect, you know, you could have it on the egg if you wanted. That's pretty neat. And I think those little holes are maybe supposed to make it easier to hold. Like the fingers go in the holes maybe, but I haven't actually been able to find what those holes are for, because it doesn't seem like the fingers actually go in the holes or anything. And he does have trouble holding the egg. So maybe just like your Rita or Zed could try to hold it, but he cannot hold the egg is of his own kind. I'm just going to keep it wrapped in here because I think that looks cool. And lastly, you saw he had open claw hands, and he also has fist hands, because of course he does. I kind of like displaying mine with this more savage look, with the bigger wings and the claw hands. Now, for articulation. Up and down on the head, this neck cover can get in the way, but also since it is a cover, it can move a little with it. You know, you've got side to side, and then jaw articulation, which isn't much, but it says a lot. Like, I really like monsters with jaw articulation, so that is a big plus for me. You know, you've got a lot of torso movement, great wobble on it. You've got that waist crunch, which doesn't do terribly much, but it does something. Butterfly joint on the arms, you know, I love that. Up and down, forward and back. Yeah, that shoulder hinders a little, but not too much. Oh, you've got articulation there, but it might knock your wing off with that swivel. The bends of the elbow, see the wings don't line up parallel, so that bend won't knock the wings off at least. You got a rotation. Here, let me just move that. Rotation, forward and back. Oh, yeah. But to get your hands really on the arm to do that, you know, the wings might suffer. Anyway, if you go down to the legs, you have forward and back. What? A Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection figure that has a rubber bussy? So many videos we've said Hasbro needs rubber bussies and not hard plastic bussies, because a lot of their other lines and figures in this line, and you know, like in Marvel, see, look at that hard plastic bussy on Spider-Man 2099. You can't stick your leg back. Look at this Dino Charge Dino Knight Red Ranger, hard bussy. And then, I mean, look at this, just a Lightning Collection. Blue Dino Thunder, hard plastic bussy. You can't push his legs back. But since they had a cover, they didn't give him, you know, a thick old bus. Even though they did fully sculpt it still, which I appreciate. But he has a rubber bussy cover. Yes! So we finally get legs back on one of these. You have no idea how happy that makes me. A lot of great leg movement. Thigh swivel, double, as in a knee bend, and I like how they covered the kneecap with that instead of just making it a tall part of the boot. That looks really good. You also have up and down on the feeties, ankle pivies, and peg holes on the bottom of the feet. But he's got nice wide feet, and he actually stands very well by himself. It's a true fact, Jack. I ain't talking smack. That's right, I'm dumb. Anyway, let's get into everybody's favorite part, size comparisons, huh? Are you ready for this? First up, you gotta compare the dude with his own line. So first up, how about that Ranger you just saw? I got him from Ranger Stop and Pop. It is the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Blue Dino Thunder Ranger. Nice. And then another Lightning Collection figure. How about the pink Dino Charge Ranger, who I've had for quite a bit. Yeah, so he looks perfect with them. I like how much bulkier he is compared to them, and he's a little taller too. It's really believable that someone generally their size could be in a suit portraying this creature, and I really, really like it. I know that this is not a Monster of the Week creature. This is one of the minions, one of the mooks, I think is they're called. I think? Yeah, something like that. But it's pretty cool. And they did make a 2-pack if you want to like army build. I don't really see the need to get the 2-pack. I think I'm fine with just the singular, but to each their blown. Whew. Bad joke, I know. Now, how about on to bloop, Hasbro's Kid line. Their most recent Kid action figures were for Dino Charge, because they didn't bother doing any for Cosmic Fury. So, not Dino Charge, Dino Fury. So here is the Dino Fury Sprint Sleeve Green Ranger. And the Dino Fury, one that you saw earlier, Dino Knight Red Ranger. They seem a little small for him. If he was a Monster of the Week villain, I would be like, yeah, that's fine. But he's almost too bulky here. The height, you know, when compared to the bulk, it's maybe a little much. They're very close to being a good scale for each other, but not quite there. Not quite there with that line. Next up, how about a Japanese line, huh? Actually, 2 Japanese lines. Here is the Poppy Magishine from Bandai Japan. And the Bandai Japan Sentai Hero Series 2 Kaiser. Both of these guys were also from Ranger Stop. Shit. Well, obviously the Poppy doesn't work at all. But, you know, he's not bad with the Sentai Hero Series. Normally, the Sentai Hero Series, when I bring it out, I'm like, this does not work with the Lightning Collection. But, like, I can see it. I think this guy will work good with the Sentai Hero Series, which is really saying something. I'm liking that look. Huh. Honestly didn't expect that. Wow. Alrighty. Now, how about some more defunct lines? Here we have the Bandai America action hero figure Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue and Super Mega Force. Lightspeed Rescue the show, Super Mega Force the toy line. Way too small. He's like the same size as the Poppy. It's not going to work. Then we have the vintage Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Evil Space Aliens Rhino Blaster, who's probably going to be the next review. And I actually like the Rhino Blaster with him. The Rhino Blaster is technically an 8-inch figure, but, you know, he's a big monster of the week, so I actually think they're kind of great. Yeah. So there are really multiple different toy lines that this guy's going to go well with. But if I didn't show him with a Lightning Collection Monster of the Week, I don't think these size comparisons would feel complete. So here he is with another recent review, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pumpkin Wrapper. That works. Yeah, Pumpkin Wrapper is a thin guy, but that's more just his nature, because he's like a scarecrow-y kind of jack-o'-lantern-y look, you know? But I like his height with the Tengu, and I really do think it works. So yeah, the Tengu Warrior is going to work perfect with his own line, which is all that matters, really. But there are other lines that he'll scale well with as well, which is really great. So, what are my final thoughts on the Tenga or Tengu Warrior from the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection? It's a good figure. I can see why it went up in price for a lot of people, especially since people were likely army building it. I'm not going to army build him like I did the putties, and at the end of the day I only got like 3 putties, but because I didn't want to buy the same one twice at all. I don't like to do that, even when I want an army. Like when I collected Star Wars, all my Stormtroopers were each like individual different ones. But he's a really cool figure, and I think if you're a Power Ranger collector, he kind of is a must-have in a way. He's a great modern version of a character that we don't get terribly many figures of. He's got a lot of great accessories, great detail. The paint is okay. It could be better for an adult collectible figure. If it was this paint on a kid's toy, I'd think it was spectacular. But this paint on an adult collectible figure is a little lacking. But everything else about him is pretty damn good. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links. These fall off a little easier with age. I also might want to say I've had this guy for a while. And they didn't always fall off that easily. I mean, you can shake him and stuff and he's fine, but they knock off easier. That's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.